How do I get through to my son? How do I get through to my daughter? So, the way to get through to your child, first of all, you need to believe that eventually you will get through to them. If you don't have this belief, you will give up and you won't be able to put in the work necessary. It takes a certain amount of persistence, like any major endeavor, and you have to truly have the faith in yourself and believe that's going to happen. The Seven Teachings framework for the parent is the perfect opportunity to be able to actually accomplish getting through. It's not something you can take for granted and think, oh, how do I earn $100,000 extra? That's not something that you just say that, oh, I will do it. And it happens unless you already have the relationships and the systems for it, which is the reason why for certain parents, it's quite easy for them to get through to their child because over the years, from a very young age, they have put in the work and put in the equity into the relationships, just like the people who are able to easily add an extra 100,000 to their bottom line or to their income. They've put in the decade, or their family has put in the decade of work to be able to build up a vehicle, an instrument that's able to go ahead and produce that. So, enough of the analogy on money, but the seven teachings specifically, by activating them, will teach you as a parent how to get through to your child. And when you do get through to your child, you can use these same exact seven teachings to help them prosper in life. This is how you use the seven teachings to get through to your child. You need to have a positive mindset even when they go and they rebel, when they slam the door in your face, when they push you, when they do things that bother you, trigger you. You need to maintain that positive mental posture. Think of physically slouching. Now think about your brain slouching. That's a negative mental attitude. You need to push yourself repeatedly to maintain a positive mental attitude and maintain faith in yourself that things are going to get better, that you're going to persist and it's going to begin to work. You need to come to your child with listening ears. The way to get through to your child is to allow them to feel and believe emotionally in their entire core and body that you're truly ready to listen, that you're not a burden for them. Until you give them that security, they will not feel comfortable sharing. So you need to prepare yourself, and you need to prepare yourself as a vehicle and show your child that you are ready to be there for them. That's the first step, and it starts with positive mental attitude. The second is going to be self-talk. That's the purity of thought. That self-talk is you need to constantly regulate your own mind. And when you try and fail, you don't punish yourself for it. You need to constantly remind yourself that this is part of the learning experience. You're getting closer to your goal, and it's going to get better next time. And over weeks, sometimes months of doing this, miracles start to happen. You start seeing a difference. You start seeing the result. It's so difficult in those first few weeks or even first few months because you don't see the result of your action. It gets so much easier when you start seeing the result, just like having a baby, just like it was in the beginning. You don't see the result of your baby. It feels like it's forever. They're crying, they're yelling, they're screaming, their stomach hurts. But with time, it gets better. And then it gets a lot worse again when they hit teenage years. And then the next thing is vision. You need to have a clear vision and visualize that relationship with your child to be like. You need to be courageous and persist even when it feels like your relationship is failing, and even if it gets great, it can get bad again. It's a regular effort. Then you need to make sure that you maintain charisma, you learn their language, you learn their speak. There's a lot that goes into it. And then you need to actually recharge yourself. If you are not well rested, if you are not well taken care of yourself, you can't be there for others. It's the principle of sanctuary. And rhythm is where it becomes a regular daily habit, where you apply all these principles and becomes easy to have a relationship with your child. It doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like you need to ask strangers on the internet, how do I get through to my child? You understand that it's a process that starts with yourself and you know how to do it. That is how you apply the seven teachings to get through to your child. This is a principle and framework that can help you with anything that you want to achieve in life, especially things that have to do with relationship management and being able to be there for others. This is Izzy Kiver. I'm the founder and CEO of Covenant of Education and the creator of the Seven Teachings Framework. I really, really believe this will help you, and I want to be there for you, like I have been there for thousands of other parents who have come to me for advice, for counsel, and have been able to help them through this very challenging, difficult time. I love every one of you. Stay strong and continue to believe in your internal power.